Okay, today we're going to practice writing conjunction statements. So if you have a look at the table in red, you can see what a conjunction involves. So what I'd like you to do first of all is pause the video here, write two simple statements, label one P and the other one Q. Then using the information in the table below, I want you to write them out in full as a conjunction. Then I'd like you to try writing them in symbol form as a conjunction. So pause now and give it a go. Okay, so you should have taken your two simple statements, and to write them as a conjunction, you just put an and in the middle. So here's my example. P, I have brown eyes, and Q, I like hummus. My conjunction statement is I have brown eyes and I like hummus. If I want to write it in symbol form, I have my P, and then the little hat like this, Q. Okay, because the symbol for it is this little upwards arrow. What we're kind of talking about here is, if you remember back to the Venn diagrams, the intersection, where both P and Q are correct. So you can think about it in Venn diagram form as well. So I've drawn you a Venn diagram here. We can also write conjunction tables. So think about either my two statements or your two statements. If they're both true, then the conjunction of P and Q must also be true. I do have brown eyes and I do like hummus. So this is true. If P is true but Q is false, then the conjunction of P and Q must also be false. So if I had brown eyes but I didn't like hummus, then saying I have brown eyes and I like hummus would actually be false. If P was false but Q was true, then the intersection would still be false, because I didn't have brown eyes but I claimed to have them. And if they're both false, then obviously the intersection is also false. So like I said, you can think about it as the intersection here, the conjunction between P and Q, where they meet. So this is P conjunction Q. That's going to come in handy for one of the questions. You can also have a conjunction with one or more negating statements. So if we take my example again here, you can have not P and Q. So that would be I do not have brown eyes and I like hummus. You could have P and not Q. I have brown eyes and I do not like hummus. Or you can have not P and not Q. I do not have brown eyes and I do not like hummus. So you can use the negation with the conjunction as well. Okay, have a go at exercise 9D then on pages 389 to 390, all of the questions. Pause the video now. When you leave it running again, the answers are going to come up.